Welcome to Catching Up to Real Estate. I'm Charlene Lewis, and I got my producer Anna here with me, who, by the way, ain't even in real estate. So if you've ever felt lost in all the market talk, trust me, you're not alone. We're breaking it all down: buying, selling, investing, and even how real estate pops up in culture. And just so we're clear, we're talking Washington State real estate. So if you're trying to make moves here or just make sense of the market, we got you. Let's catch up to real estate. Tap in. With Charlene Lewis. I am your host, Charlene Lewis. I am a real estate agent here in Pierce County, King County, and Thurston counties, and I also do business in Kitsap. But for the sake of this podcast, I usually just cover the three counties that I predominantly do work in, and that includes King County, Thurston County, and Pierce County. So, this episode, we're going to discuss whether if this is a shift or is it just spring, and then is inventory up, but who's buying? You know, Washington State is building, but what are people buying exactly? So, let's talk about those terms. There's a lot to undo right there, but let's go into it. The market looks different, more inventory, slower sales, but it really is shifting. I mean, is it really shifting though? Or is it just a seasonal noise, right? Because around this time, this is when, you know, the market actually is busy. So the minute May 1st happened, I can tell you guys right now, I was showing houses like crazy, and I'm still showing houses like crazy. I find it difficult actually right now to breathe a normal life, but this is the hustle and this is how it works. As an agent, or if you're a real estate agent who has a lot of clients right now, you're most likely busy. But you can also see that the buyers in this area are definitely being more mindful. They're a lot more educated than they used to be. So people are making, educated decisions on how they want to move forward with buying their first home. If they are an investor, they're looking for the deals, they're looking for things off market. And, we're going to get into those statistics right now, okay? So if we talk about King County, the statistics right now in King County, we're up 34% with new listings year over year. With pending sales, we're down 15%. That's what I'm talking about. Although there's a lot more inventory than there was last year, unfortunately, there are not as many buyers, not necessarily because of the cost of homes, but also because people are more mindful with the way that they purchase. So, like, some of us who are willing to put in offers that are lower than asking price are somewhat the ones who are also contributing to allowing people to make a decision, properly. So if it's sitting on the market for a while, probably your listing is not up to date. It's probably needs some work so that it actually is favorable to any buyer right now. Otherwise, it's just going to sit on the market for a little while. And buyers themselves, even though they're coming across good deals, if they're coming across a good deal, it's gone. But because a lot of people expect their property to be worth more than what they think. They think, like, most sellers right now think like their house is like worth over 500,000, but it's probably in the 500,000 mark. Some people who believe that their house is worth 800,000, 800,000, it's probably still worth about 600,000. So there's a lot of, not unsurety that's going on right now. Okay. But I'm just covering King County prices right now, and their median sales price is a little bit more than last year by 2.5%, and there's almost a half of the inventory is active listings from last year. So 44.6% more active listings this year on the year over year, evaluation. So King County continues to show strong seller pricing power, but buyer hesitation is clear. A large inventory increase paired with falling pending reflects a slower pace. Sellers are holding the line on prices, but competition is brewing. Price drops may follow if pendings don't recover soon. This is what I'm talking about. You're going to have to allow the market to tell you what your property is worth. So if you really want the most money for your house, you want to make sure that it's in tip-top performance, okay? Then you can justify how expensive your house should definitely be, all right? So for buyers, more options, more leverage. You have the privilege of doing that. For sellers, act fast and don't chase the peak, all right? And for investors, watch the days on market for the deals. Those are the ones, if they've been on the market for a little while, you probably have some leg room to actually, negotiate with those people. But, for me, if you are a first time home buyer and you're not willing and you actually have some money, you can do the exact same thing that an investor is doing. Just letting you know. For Pierce County, we are up 31% in new listings year over year report, and we're also down 13% in pending sales. Remind yourselves that inventory was a lot more than it is now pre-COVID times, okay? So we are literally just playing the catching up game, and people are being mindful buyers, and I love that. Like for me personally, as a human being, I would much rather a market like that, not people frivolously purchasing homes because they can afford it and spending money that they shouldn't be spending on and inflating the cost of homes, okay? So anyway, your active listings, we are up 38% in Pierce County, and our median sales price also increased by just 2.6%. So we're at 545,000 here in, Pierce County, and up in King County it was 849,000. So interestingly enough, inventory is growing fast and pending sales are down. So signaling a shift toward a neutral to buyer's market. So do you guys think it's a buyer's market? Not really, but it's favoring more buyers at this time. Sellers who really want to get sold and they don't care about taking a cut will probably, will contribute to the ability of some buyers. So let's see, this is a power window before rates drop. Yes, it is a power window before rates drop. And we don't know if rates are technically going to drop in June again, because there's a 75% chance right now that they will, 75% chance that they're not going to, lower the federal rate. Sorry, can't even speak today. Anyway, so you have good opportunities as an investor if you're cash ready right now. So if you are cash ready and you are an investor, there's some good opportunities here in Pierce County for you, okay? Thurston County, we are up 22% in new listings year over year, and we're down 8.9%. So it is definitely healthier than any of these markets that, Pierce County and King County. And then active listings, they are up 43% compared to last year's. And their median sales price is only $509,000. So if you're looking and you don't mind the commute, Olympia area is probably a good area for you to look into, or just anywhere in Thurston County, okay? Slight increase in prices despite slowing activity. Inventory levels suggest buyer advantage is increasing. Yep, buyer advantage is definitely increasing, and the market is steady but softening, okay? So good opportunity to negotiate in a calmer market. That's for the buyers. That's my advice for you guys. And then for the sellers, manage expectations. It's not 2022, okay? Bring it down a little bit, all right? But for investors, a great place for buy and hold strategy would be in Thurston County. So if you want to check out some property, let your girl know. I'll help you along the process. Anyway, my general takeaways for the market right now, inventory surge equals more buyer choices. And then if pending sales are down, then buyer caution or affordability squeeze. Do you guys know what that means? That means if the inventory is more, but, pending sales are down, that means, yes, there's more availability, but people are not buying as much, okay? And that means like, oh, so you're telling me inventory, we're lacking inventory. We're still lacking inventory technically, right? But the amount of buyers who are actually purchasing into this, it's because prices are holding. They're barely holding though. So for sellers, the people with the product, they're still trying to win, but the market is resisting. And if you are a good seller, you know that you want to pay attention to your house, what it looks like. Is it something that somebody wants to spend that much money for. You can't justify it according to your own personal and emotional feelings. You have to understand that your property is just, it has to, it does it has its function, right? Will pay just as much as people will pay enough for the house if it's a good enough house. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So anyway, exploring a little bit more into this market, right? The market looks different, more inventory but slower sales. So, um, you know, usually around this season, it's picking up. But I can tell you, I'm in it. It actually is picking up, and there's a lot more showings going on now than I was, 6 months ago. You know, so it's it's a busy market right now. Let's see. Whew. Let's see. Prices hold up. Yeah, median sales prices are up 1.7 to 2.6%. So they're not falling. If you, like I said, like I told y'all in the last episode, if you guys are looking for, the market to crash for you to buy, good luck. The only thing that's crashing right now is the stock market. So if you believe in that, go ahead and buy up some stocks right now. Okay, that's what I think. If you can afford it, go ahead and gamble, because right now I truly believe that what is going on in the stock market, unfortunately, because I don't support the same party, but what is happening right now in stocks may actually help the economy if we understand economics and certain things, right? So we'll see how these tariffs go, but it's looking like it might actually work. We'll see. I have no idea, so don't hold me to that. Let's see, buyer fatigue from high rates. Yes, definitely. Wages aren't keeping up. That's true. So, we're keeping money up here, but they're not paying, like COLA, cost of living has increased more than everybody's increase in their wages. And I could be wrong because I don't work for anybody. But according to the statistics that I follow, yeah, that's what's going on. So my take, I know and I believe that we're definitely not crashing. We're just correcting. I think that was the best way to put it. It's correcting. It's not 2008, it's 2025 with way more data and less desperation. So, tension is real though. Tension is real. So, anyway, on diving deep a little bit more, let's see. Everyone, it's a good time to buy, but buyers are ghosting. So let's talk about why. How's real estate pros? How should they respond? Right. So inventory boom. Supply is 30 to 50% up in many counties. It's a buyer's dream, but interest rates are at 6.75 to 7%. So talk about, like, there's layoffs going on, there's inflation going on. I mean, cultural mistrust of the market. Like, people are literally waiting for a crash to happen. But while you're waiting for the crash to happen, you have no time in the market. You don't even get to, you're not even taking a gamble on that. Because if you truly believe that there's a crash coming, then you must have some experience. You must actually know numbers and you must actually know what's going on in real estate. So, good for you. But I'm in real estate and I'm telling you right now, it ain't happening. It's not happening. There's just, especially here in Washington, there's just enough buyers to purchase said expensive properties, which is weeding out the people who can't afford it. You guys hear what I'm trying to say? So if you can afford a house, try to dip in so that you can be a part of the people who are owning the property. Otherwise, you're going to fall victim to this whole, rentals. Like, oh my God, did you guys know? Yeah, right now, did you guys know? Um, there's like zoning reform and rent caps. I did not know what rent caps technically were, and I was, before all this was like probably 2 years ago. The people who follow me on my TikTok knew that I was discussing rent caps, and I was asking everybody of their opinion. Is it good or is it bad? Well, Washington State has gone through it, and now it has been approved. And now I see how it's scary, because now it's okay for landlords to increase your rent up to 10% because it's justified by a 7% increase, then to the inflation number, and then also cost of living. So we can increase our rents according to cost of living, but we cannot increase our income according to that. Very interesting, buddy. Very interesting. So I don't know how you guys all feel about this information that I'm providing you, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to discuss with you, these little things that you need to know and need to learn to catch up to the real estate market here in Washington State. So if you're thinking and you're teeter-tottering on the ability to purchase a home right now, if you can purchase, please do. Please do, because I worry for your ability to do this in the future. Because if hyperinflation is on the rise, then unfortunately for all of you who cannot purchase a home today, or is choosing to not purchase a home today because, I mean, there shouldn't be a reason why you don't want to at least try to figure out a way to buy a house. But if you are in that category, I suggest that you buy a house now. That way, when hyperinflation happens, you get to gain off the appreciation of that, and you won't know what to do with yourself with all that money, come 5, 10 years later. So, anyway, I'm taking the dip. This is my dip right now. I know it's low. I know this is the lowest it's going to be, unfortunately, and that's why I'm looking for property right now. So I've been checking out wholesalers. I've been checking out other people who are doing real estate, and some of us believe exactly what I'm saying right now, but there are some people who do believe that a crash is coming. Don't know how that's going to happen, but good luck to everybody. I hope that, real estate isn't as expensive as it is, as you think it's going. I'm sorry. I hope next year real estate is expensive, but I hope it's not too expensive for your average Washingtonian to purchase for the well being of their family. So that's all, folks. This is your episode 5 for Catching Up to Real Estate. I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. And by the way, happy Mother's Day. I know this is definitely, a couple of days, this is filmed on Mother's Day, but this was needed to be aired 2 days ago. So when it does get put out there, it's okay. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Thank you for being present. Thank you for even watching this. And if you do like the information I'm giving you, and if you like my vibe, please share it. And please show it to somebody else who's in real estate or who's just interested in real estate. All right? Y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you.